Babe, have you finished work? Are you on your way home?
I'm just about to leave now. I was in the middle of packing up my things. What's up?
So you haven't gotten in the car yet then?
No, not yet. Why do you ask?
I was wondering if you could stop for a few things on your way home. Could you go and grab some burgers from the place we went to a few months back? And maybe some fries too?
It's pretty late for a burger place to still be open, don't you think?
I just had a real craving for burgers. We said we were going to make them sometime this week. You know that I never really ate things like that when we were dating.
Do you really think the restaurant will still be open? Surely it would be easier to grab some burgers from the store and make them ourselves.
Well, that restaurant is the one we went to as soon as I got pregnant, when I was crying about wanting some fries. I only want burgers from there. I don't want to make them myself. We asked them what time they closed, and I think they said they were open till late, remember?
Well, it would take me about 30 minutes to drive there from the office. I feel like the kitchens will definitely be closed by the time I got there. Why don't you just order delivery or something instead? It's been a really busy day at work and I'm exhausted. I would rather just come straight home and sleep instead of having to go and wait for burgers.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time then, if you're too tired.
Man, where's the stubborn wife I thought I had? I didn't think you were going to give up so easily. That was pretty unexpected. You're such a pig lately.
What's been going on at work lately then? Is everything okay?
It's not like anything in particular is happening, to be honest.
Well, then why are you being like this? You think you can call your pregnant wife a pig because you had a bit of a long day at work?
No, honey, I didn't mean anything by it. You've just been eating more recently, obviously.
Still, don't you think there were nicer ways to say that? It wasn't very kind. Do you think I want to be starving constantly? No matter how much I eat, I'm never full. I want the baby to be born healthy, so I'm trying to eat as much as I can for the baby's sake. Would you rather it was born skinny and tiny? How can you be so nonchalant towards your pregnant wife? Did I ask for anything difficult? Or just a little detour on your way home?
I can go and get you burgers tomorrow if it's really that important. Is that okay? I've just had such a tough day, you know. I don't have the energy for that right now.
Oh, whatever. I don't know why I even bother asking you for things. You're so lazy and selfish.
Sure, good idea. Why don't you just go out and buy some dinner for yourself instead of making me do it? You're not the only one having a hard time right now. Can't you see that I'm busy and exhausted? A bit of sympathy would be nice, you know. It's not like you're even full term yet. You should be happy and smiling about being pregnant. Where's your pregnancy glow, huh? How are you already being so demanding?
What? Did you seriously just ask where my pregnancy glow is? When I first told you I was pregnant, you were crying and thanking God. You promised me that you would do anything I needed and that you would make anything I asked for happen, no matter what. Where's that guy now? What changed?
There is no one in the world who would have interpreted what I said like that. Were you expecting me to act like your own personal servant? Besides, you should be asking for more reasonable things, and not so often. You're being too demanding. You spent all day asking me to buy this, that, and the other for you. Do you think I just don't have anything better to do? It's literally your job to get pregnant. You're my wife.
Are you done embarrassing yourself yet? Do you think this pregnancy is something I did on my own, and you don't have any responsibility? You were the one who first mentioned that you wanted to have a baby. You brought this all up first, and I only changed my mind after a little while. Are you finding it all a bit annoying and frustrating now that we're actually in this situation? Do you think I'm annoying?
Oh, why are you crying again? Just stop crying, babe, please. Do you think crying is going to fix this anyway? Can you solve this with a few tears? I don't think you need to be crying just because I told you I wouldn't buy you a burger and fries on my way home.
I'm not crying because of a burger, you idiot! I thought that was pretty clear. When I told you I was pregnant, you seemed so excited and supportive, and you made so many promises. You told me I wouldn't have to lift a finger while I was carrying your child.
What are you talking about? Do you think I haven't done anything for you while you were pregnant? Or bought you any gifts?
Well, what gifts do you think you've bought for me?
Huh? Oh, well, Well, I must have bought you something, right?
I remember asking you to buy me something to eat more than once. I always end up waiting at home for you for hours and hours until you finally get home really late at night. I usually end up falling asleep because I have to wait so long, and then you wake me up coming in the door empty-handed.
I'm not just messing around, you know. I'm taking this seriously.
Sure, maybe you do have a lot going on, like you said. Lately, though, I feel like there's nothing I can ask from you or ask for help with. You end up just doing whatever you want, never helping me with anything or being supportive.
Okay, fine. If it's really so important, then I'll pick up some burgers on my way home. Are you happy now? I have to hang up. I need to get in the car if I want to get to the restaurant before they close.
Forget about it. I don't want them anymore, so you can just come home and go to bed like you wanted.
Baby, I'm really sorry. I messed up. We had a new employee joining today, but they were making all kinds of mistakes, and I ended up getting in trouble with my boss because of it. I shouldn't have ranted to you on the phone like that. It wasn't fair of me. I needed to be more sympathetic to you and your feelings. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?
I can't forgive you, but only because you brought me a burger and fries like I had been craving. Do you understand what I was talking about, though? You see my point?
What do you mean? What point?
If a man's wife gets pregnant and he doesn't support her the whole time, she will remember. It really hurts when I've already sacrificed so much for our family.
You're right. I'm sorry for everything, babe.
You know, the burgers from this place are seriously a level above everywhere else. Oh, they're just so good. Our baby is going to be born with an incredible palate if I keep eating like this while I'm pregnant. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up with a famous TV chef in the family one day. Imagine that.
Don't you think you're getting ahead of yourself a little bit? Maybe once it's born and tries things for itself, we'll know how things could turn out.
How come you aren't eating anything, though? There's plenty here. Come and eat with me. Have some fries at least.
No, I'm okay. I don't really like the burgers from that place. You can have this all to yourself. I'll have something else. If this is what the baby was craving, then it would be best if I didn't have any so the two of you can enjoy it properly.
God, babe.
What?
You've been so busy lately, it sucks. You've even been going to the office on the weekends just to get everything done.
Well, you know, sometimes things are just like that, I guess. This new employee has been making things a bit more difficult, and it all takes longer. There's a lot of extra work to train someone up from the start. All offices are like that, and it's just how the system works.
Surely there are other people who could pick up some of the extra work, though. Does it really have to be you going into the office every weekend?
Huh? Oh, well, you see...
Oh, wait, are you going to be in charge of this new employee? Are you their manager?
Yes, that's it. That's what it is. I'm their immediate senior, so we work very closely together. It makes sense for me to be the one to train them up. I have to go in and fix everything if they make mistakes and teach them how to do the job. Then on the weekends, I go in and talk them through everything so they learn all the company processes and stuff.
Still, it seems a bit harsh of your boss to be making you do all of that and go in so often when they know your wife is pregnant. Don't you think the company is relying on you too much to do absolutely everything? Surely the work could be spread out somehow. It's making me feel pretty lonely and abandoned, just sitting by myself all day.
I'm trying to do well and earn lots of money before the baby is born, honey. This is all for our family. I want to be able to raise our kids in a really great, supportive, financially stable environment. It's good for you, too, to have a successful husband.
Is that really what you were thinking? You were doing this for the baby? I had no idea. I'm sorry, honey. I thought you were trying to avoid me or something.
Oh, why are you crying again? I'm sure the baby will understand, too. I don't mind doing this for our little family. I feel bad for getting angry earlier when you're crying every day. I should be more supportive.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about me. I got it all out earlier anyway. I didn't know how tough things had been for you at work. I shouldn't have been complaining about you so much. It wasn't fair of me.
In the future, I'm going to work so hard that you never feel abandoned or unsupported. Everything I do is to make your life easier. I'll explain to the baby, too, that I'm not a scary man and I don't shout to be mean.
Thank you, babe. I love you.
How are you feeling lately, sweetheart? You're not in any pain, I hope. If you're feeling uncomfortable or there's anything you need that we can get you, just let us know straight away. I can figure out a way to get hold of whatever you want, so don't feel awkward or like a burden.
Thank you, Steve. You've been so kind to me through all of this.
Oh, this is nothing. Our generation still remembers to care for and support pregnant women. It's really tough. Is there anything you want to eat? I could fix you a plate.
No, not really. Normally the baby decides what I want to eat. A few days ago, I was really craving burgers from this really specific restaurant downtown. I called David in the end and asked him if he could grab some burgers from there on his way home. It was great. Every time I mention that there's something I want to eat lately, he jumps straight in the car and goes out to buy it for me. I'm so grateful to have you all in my corner.
No need to be thankful. Of course he goes and gets things for you. That's his job. It's expected that husbands should support their wives through pregnancy. Goodness, I am just so relieved that our David is nothing like his father, I tell you. If he did, you would end up like me, having to teach him how to be a good husband.
Oh, come on now. Why bother saying all those unnecessary things to our poor daughter-in-law? Stop worrying about something that won't happen. Besides, you had such bad morning sickness when you were pregnant with David. You couldn't keep anything down. You're just looking for a reason to nitpick and complain about me. That's all. You've been going on about the same complaints for so many years now, it's getting boring.
Well, look who's found his voice now. Shame you didn't have that same energy years ago. When a woman is pregnant, it's a huge transition and a very important time for her. It's literally life-changing. You didn't support me like you should have done when I was pregnant. I felt like I was on my own. Even now, it's still just me trying to do everything on my own. I suppose you'll keep being like this until I die, won't you? God. You're such an old man sometimes. You still think women should be doing all the jobs at home. It's so frustrating, I swear.
Still, Alia, I envy the two of you and the relationship you have when I look at you.
Envy? What is there to be jealous of?
Well, I'm sure she means that we've been together all these years and raised a child between us. So many couples get divorced these days, but we've stuck it out and that's something to be proud of. I'm right, aren't I, Polly?
Exactly. Yes, that's what I meant. I hope that David and I can have a relationship like yours when we're older. Even after all the years you've been married, the two of you still have fun and are good friends despite the challenges. That's what I want for David and I. Just a happy, long-lasting marriage. Seeing your relationship was one of the reasons I wanted to marry your son. I thought he would have a similar attitude towards marriage.
Oh, goodness. I'm sure we don't have the most desirable marriage ever. By the way, what was David busy with at the weekend that meant he couldn't come and visit with you? How come he isn't here too?
God, don't tell me he's out on the town drinking with his friends every weekend. I hope he's not just abandoning you. I tell you, if that's what he's doing, then I'm going to hunt him down and chain him to his own kitchen table so he can't go wandering off. How could he leave his pregnant wife on her own? Imagine going off and wasting his time and money every weekend. How could he?
Goodness, do you really think he would do that? Calm down. You know he would never leave Polly on her own like that. But is that really what's happened, Polly? Where is he today?
Oh, no, nothing like that. He's just been really busy at work lately, so we had to go into the office again today. I was getting bored of just sitting at home by myself, so I figured I could come over and see you guys for a while.
He's at the office? On the weekend?
Apparently there's a new member of staff on their team, which is why he's been so busy lately. He's going to be managing this new team member, so he has to get them trained up and help fix any mistakes they make while they're learning the ropes. It just means he has to go into work at the weekends every so often. It's always a busy time when a new staff member joins a company, especially if you're the one in charge of them.
Well, I suppose he has no choice but to bend over backwards for the company in this situation. It's still a real shame. I don't like to think of you on your own at the house, though. You must get very lonely being by yourself every day, especially when you're pregnant with your first child. It's a difficult time.
I was in the exact same situation as David. Why weren't you this understanding with me? Did you think I was deliberately getting stuck with loads of work so that I could abandon you alone?
Who said anything about you? I'm just saying that it's disappointing that the same thing is happening to Polly. Anyway, it's almost lunchtime. Is there anything you would like to eat, Polly? Just let me know. We can go to the store and get some ingredients if we need to.
Yes, just go ahead and tell us if you're craving something specific. My wife may not look it, but she's an incredible cook. Really, she has a proper talent. Her food is restaurant-level delicious. Whatever you want, your mother-in-law can make it, so go ahead and ask. That way you can enjoy a well-deserved sit-down instead of having to start cooking something yourself.
Well, I have been thinking about those steaks that you made for me once, Alia. They were really delicious.
Steaks? Of course! Let's do it. That's a great idea. Steve, can you go and grab some things for steaks? We'll need some veggies, too. Maybe some potatoes.
I guess I'll have to go to the butcher's then, to get the good ones. I can ask them for the best cuts, too. It shouldn't take too long. I'm sure I'll be back soon.
Drive safe. Thank you. Hey, babe, what is this? Is this baby clothes?
Why are you holding that? Where did you find it?
Well, you remember that I asked to borrow your car yesterday, right? Did you forget? Maybe you were too tired when we were talking about it, huh?
I can't believe you would do something like that. It's so rude. You can't go around taking people's things and just carrying them around wherever.
Are you embarrassed? I mean, you must have bought it for the little one, right? You're getting a bit ahead of yourself, though, don't you think? We still have months left to go until we meet our new baby. You need to be a bit more patient. I can't believe you're already getting everything prepared. It's so sweet that you're so excited. Have you been counting down the days until my due date this whole time? I had no idea you were so impatient.
Yeah. Anyway, give it back to me. I was going to give it to you later as a surprise. Now you've ruined it. I can't believe you would carry it around like that. You should have pretended you hadn't seen it and didn't know anything about it.
Well, I've seen it now, so I don't see why I can't ask about it. I'll put it in the drawer here, so we can make sure it stays safe and clean for when the baby is born and can actually wear it.
No, don't do that. I have to take it back to the shop and exchange it. I have the receipt in my wallet.
Exchange it? How come?
Well, when I got it home, I realized that I think I got it in a size too small. I put it in the car to remind me to take it back and exchange it for the next size up eventually. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, give it back to me so I can change it for a bigger size. Then I can give it to you properly once it's all fixed.
Still, the baby will get bigger eventually, but it will be tiny when it's born. I don't think this looks too small for a newborn. You bought the smallest size, right? Even if you bought a bigger size, babies will never wear one size for very long before they outgrow it. Wait, if you still have the receipt, you should just give it to me if you really want to exchange it. I can walk over to the mall for some extra size and bring back the bigger one for you, since you're so busy lately.
No, don't do that. Don't worry about it. I can go to the store myself. I get some time at lunch, so I can just nip out and exchange it tomorrow when I'm back in the office. It's honestly fine. You don't need to do that. I'm sure you're having a tough time at work, too. Let me take this one thing off your plate.
What? Why are you acting so weird all of a sudden?
What do you mean?
You're being so evasive today. You won't even look me in the eye. Have you done something wrong? Do you feel guilty? Now that I think about it, it almost seems like you didn't buy this for our baby. Is that not what you meant it for? Do you have a secret baby somewhere that I didn't know about?
What the hell are you talking about?
I was only joking, but you sure seemed very defensive. You don't normally shout at me like that. Fine, it doesn't matter what's going on. I guess I'll just leave you to exchange it for a bigger size, if you're sure.
Yeah, okay.
How could you let this happen? Are you embarrassed as the future father of our baby?
Yeah, you're right. Why are you always going through other people's things, though? Aren't you bored of being so nosy?
Is that really something you want to be asking me right now? Surely you realize that you've really messed up here. How long has this been going on for with me having no idea? How long has this been going on that your other girlfriend ended up giving birth before your wife? How could you?
I didn't know she was pregnant either. I had no idea.
I guess that's why you've been running off every weekend. It wasn't work. You were just taking care of your pregnant mistress instead of me. You were going off to shower her with love and attention and leaving me here on my own. God, you're such a pig. I can't believe this.
It was a mistake, I told you. Just a huge mistake.
If she was such a mistake, why are you buying baby clothes to give her as she gets closer to her due date? Seems like you care about her to me. I've been doing all the housework by myself. You just left me on my own.
This is so unfair. You're not even giving me a chance to explain. Have I really been such a bad husband that it's okay for you to be this angry at me? I haven't been that bad until now, you know. This is hard for me too. Do you have any idea how it feels to be suffering with two demanding pregnant women all the time? I'm absolutely exhausted.
What the hell did you just say?
Fine, you're right. I don't think it was a mistake. A pretty young girl came up to me and told me she liked me, and I enjoyed the attention and the excitement. It was only a one-time thing. I don't see why you're making such a big deal out of this. Could you honestly say that if a handsome guy at your work told you he was interested in you, you would just brush him off? You wouldn't even give him a chance. Of course you would. Humans are all the same. No one is perfect. I'm just unlucky that she got pregnant. That should never have happened. How can I even be sure that the baby you're carrying is even mine? You keep telling me to do things for you, but I can't be sure.
Hey! How dare you! You're such a dog! I can't believe this! You're not responsible enough to be a real father to my baby anyway! I'm going to tell your mom and dad everything. They deserve to know what you've done. Don't even touch me. I don't want to be anywhere near you. God, I can't stand being in the same room with you. It makes me so anxious to be breathing the same air as you. I don't want you to infect my baby with your horrible attitude. I have my license, but I didn't have my own car, so I had no choice but to borrow my husband's car. When I first saw the baby clothes on the passenger seat, I never even imagined that there was something strange going on. I trusted him completely. Obviously, I just assumed that he was getting ready for the baby we were going to have, and that it was a present for our unborn child. This time, though, I found traces of my husband's affair all over the car and couldn't ignore it any longer. I thought there was nothing in the trunk, but a weird clattering sound made me nervous, and I pulled over to the side of the road to check it out. I knew that David didn't like to have his trunk full of junk, and he preferred to keep his car pretty tidy. Whenever you open the trunk, you can see everything in there at a glance. That was why I thought it was weird that I could hear something rolling around in the back of the car. The edge of the fold-down seats in the trunk was slightly folded down, and something caught my eye. I spotted a bit of white and pulled it out to see what it was. I was so shocked when I realized I almost fell backwards. Under the seat was a whole bunch of baby clothes and a letter, but the note wasn't addressed to me. It was the moment when I realized why he had gotten so angry with me when I asked him about the baby clothes, and why he had seemed so embarrassed and shifty.
Sweetie, what on earth has happened? Why are you crying on our doorstep? Come in, quickly. Honey, bring some tissue for poor Polly.
Oh, of course. Here, Polly, take these. What's wrong? Did you and David have a fight or something? Are you feeling abandoned with him being so busy at work lately? What's happened?
Steve, Alia, I don't know how to say this to you. David told me he has another baby besides the one that I'm carrying. He's been seeing another woman.
What the hell? No, that can't be possible. How could he hide something like that? He already has a child. Are you serious?
Slow down, sweetheart. Just tell us exactly what happened so we can figure this out. Are you saying he had an affair? Is that where this other child has come from?
Yes, he said he's been seeing someone else. He was lying about having to go into the office every weekend. None of it was true. He was just meeting up with this other woman and spending time with her instead of me.
Oh my god. I can't believe this.
Do you want to know what makes me feel even more angry about this whole mess? Apparently this other girl is full term, and she's about to give birth any day now. He had bought her loads of baby clothes and things as a gift to give her. I found them and got so excited. I thought he had bought them for me. I had no idea he was having a baby with someone else.
She is about to give birth. Do you mean this new employee he's been training was a woman all along? Surely that means she got pregnant before you did too, since you still have a bit longer to go until your baby is here.
God, what are we going to do? I can't believe he would do this. Seriously. I never expected he would have the nerve to hide something this big from everyone, sneaking around behind our backs. Are you absolutely sure this is all true? Have you caught them in the act while he was cheating or anything? Do you have any proof?
I mean, I haven't seen them together myself. I never caught them together like that. I found the baby gifts and a letter in the trunk of his car when I had to borrow it recently. That's how I found out. The letter was addressed to some other woman, not me. He had written her name and the name of her baby all over it.
So what you're saying is that you've never seen anything for yourself?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Well, still, you haven't even tried to check any of this yourself. How can we know it's true? You don't have any proof, like you said. You knew it would be embarrassing for us when you came and told us about this. It's not exactly pleasant to hear something like this. All we wanted was for the two of you to be happy together. Every time you have any kind of problem, you always come running to us for help. You can't expect us to curse out our son and side with you over every little thing.
Exactly. Even if our son got confused or embarrassed, he's not the type of guy to go off and do something else. You need to go and talk to him about this. Sort it out for yourselves. Even if this is true and he really has cheated, he will go to any lengths to protect his family. He's never going to divorce you. He's a better man than that.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand.
Oh, come on, stop getting so upset. You clearly don't plan on filing for a divorce, so you just need to figure out how to move on and get over this. There's no point on getting hung up on something like this and risking your marriage. You have to work it out and focus on being good to each other. I know that me and Steve have always done that, and look where we are. Don't you think so, honey?
Yes, you're so right. Don't worry about it, Polly. I can call David now and shout at him. I'll teach him a lesson and scare him straight. He won't do anything like this again once I'm done with him, so don't worry about anything too much. He'll be faithful from now on.
Oh, now I get it. I understand what you're trying to say now. You're just trying to cover for him and clean up his mess because he's your son, aren't you? Do you want him to be proud of his child? To be proud of getting another woman pregnant when he was meant to be happily married to his wife? I had no idea you two were like this. I can't believe you would do something so low. I was kidding myself to think that you would support me. I'm leaving. I've heard enough. Don't even think about getting to meet my baby in the future. I want nothing more to do with you.
What?
You're carrying our grandchild. You can't use the baby to threaten us like this. Who the hell do you think you are? The nerve of you!
You know, an affair and a secret baby is definitely a decent case for me to file for divorce. Don't think the two of you will escape either. Covering something like that up is insane of you both. How could you think I would trust you with seeing my baby now I know what kind of people you really are? I'll file a lawsuit against you all.
A lawsuit? Don't be ridiculous. These kinds of things happen all the time when a couple is spending their lives together. There are always bumps in the road. Why are you making such a fuss? This doesn't need a lawsuit. What would you even sue us for? Do you really think you'll be able to raise that baby on your own, without its father or grandparents?
Yes, I do. I don't want a husband that goes wandering off and meeting other women. I want someone faithful and true. I would rather raise my child alone than with a man like that. He doesn't deserve to be a father. Don't try and stop me.
You know who this is, right?
No, I don't, I'm afraid. Who are you?
Didn't David tell you about me? I mean, it's none of your business, but I gave birth today.
Oh, really?
I was just calling so that you could congratulate me. Are you going to say that you're happy for me?
I don't know why I should congratulate my husband's mistress on the birth of her child, to be honest. I have nothing to say to you.
Did I make you mad? Don't you want to hear all about it?
I don't want to know anything, actually. I'm not interested.
Well, even if you say you don't want to know, you should listen to this. I have something that I wanted to make sure I told you about.
What is it? What's so important?
Well, obviously, I'm the first woman to give birth to one of David's babies. I'm the first person to become the mother of his children.
Okay. So what?
So that means that now I'm his real wife, not you. Now you're just his mistress, since you haven't given birth to a baby for him. We've swapped places! If you don't want to face more serious repercussions, I would suggest that you just get out of my way and live quietly somewhere else.
Did you really call me so that you could brag about how you stole my husband? You're like a child trying to tease me. I thought you were going to call and say something really impressive or threaten me with something. But I guess it was nothing. Let me ask you one question, though. Why were you so determined to have my husband? Why would you bother stealing away a married man when there are plenty of single men out there?
My God, do you even live in the real world with the rest of us? You seem very naive. It's no wonder that David has had to carry you through life so far. I suppose you're curious about the psychology of a woman wanting to be with a man who is already married, which I guess I can understand.
Just give me an answer. If you're just going to waste more of my time, then I'll hang up the phone.
Why are you asking such a stupid question then? Obviously, it's about the money. Most of the boys my age are still new to the working world, and they don't earn enough to keep me happy. Most rich men are already married, since they tend to be a bit older. I want to make them mine, so I can have their money. Don't you think it's a great system? It's much quicker and more efficient than waiting for someone my age to become successful. I mean, I suppose it could be hard for you to be a single mother and raise your child on your own. You should do the same thing as me. After you give birth, just go and meet a rich man and have one of his babies so that he has to pay for you. I wonder what your face looks like right now.
God, I feel sorry for your baby. It must be so disappointed to realize it has you as a mom.
What did you just say?
Now it has to live with you for its whole childhood, too. That's really tough. You just go through life without a care in the world or a thought for other people, it seems. What if they weren't ready for a baby, and you got pregnant anyway? If you're going to do this, you should really give your kids the right to choose their own parents. No one would want a mom like you.
What the hell did you say to me? Are you crazy? Who are you to say something like that about my child?
I suppose my husband is just like any other man, and will go looking for fun wherever he wants. It's so obvious that you're the one who has no experience of the real world, since you're relying on others to keep you afloat financially instead of working like everyone else. Anyways, congratulations on giving birth. You should rest up and take care of yourself.
I can't believe that pig! How could you just hang up on me like that? It's so rude. Does she think David won't do anything about this? Like he would just stand by and let her speak to me like that. He's going to kick her out onto the street. She's going to regret this later.
Hey, what did you say to my new wife? She's been crying all day ever since she called you earlier. She only just gave birth this morning. I'm sure she's feeling really tired and worn out after going through that. What if all this crying makes her dehydrated? That's very serious, and it would be all your fault.
She called me to ask me to congratulate her on your new child, so that's what I did. I don't see why you think I'm the one in the wrong here.
If you had really just congratulated her, do you honestly think she would be this upset? She's beside herself, just crying constantly. Do you think that seems right, given your claim that you didn't say anything mean or cruel?
She did a whole background search on me and somehow managed to find my contact number so she could call me and gloat. I don't see why I should be kind to the woman who stole my husband and then rubbed it in my face. She should be grateful that I did actually congratulate her at the very least.
You are mean, and you know it. You should have been kinder to her after what she's been through today. Why couldn't you have shouted and cursed at me instead of taking your anger out on her? Come on, I can take it. Yell at me.
Really? You'll accept whatever I have to throw at you? Okay then. Let's get a divorce.
What?
Let's get a divorce!
Do you think that's an easy thing to do? Besides, what are you going to do about our child if we get a divorce? Will you take it and raise it yourself? I suppose you think everything would be fine as long as it has its mother. You're so delusional. That would be a mistake for you.
You can trust me to manage my own life, thanks. I'm a grown woman. Let's just get a divorce, since that was clearly what you wanted all along since you ran off with another woman. Surely you would be able to live the happy, peaceful life you want with her more easily if I was out of the picture. This plan works for us both.
Huh, fine. File for divorce. Do whatever you want. See if I care. You do have to do something for me in return, though, since you were the one who asked for a divorce and I agreed.
What do you want?
Well, my new baby needs a present from you to celebrate the birth. Give me your father's land as a gift and I'll quietly agree to a divorce.
Are you insane? Why would I do that?
Sure, maybe I am insane. We'll see who's the one laughing when all this is over and you've gotten the divorce like you wanted.
How dare you try and take my dad's land? What right do you think you have to it?
I mean, it's not like he isn't already dead. It's not like your mom is using it or even taking care of it properly. It's better to give the land to me. I know what to do with it, and I'll use it. Wasting all that land is like killing your dad twice. It's just a mess.
I would rather that land was empty for 100 years than give it to you. How dare you? Even if the value of the land plummeted and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, I still would never give it to you. You're the delusional one here if you genuinely thought I would ever agree to that. You should just agree to a divorce now that I've said I want one. That's what's best for us all. If you won't agree, I'll just file a lawsuit against you and your precious new baby, Mama.
Hey, you stay away from her. How many times do I have to tell you? Just leave her out of this. Well then, just sell your dad's land and let's split the money in the divorce. That way we both get what we want. We can agree to an amicable divorce, I'm sure. Surely you realize that a lawsuit isn't easy. You would be exhausted before you ever actually got any money from either of us.
Looking at your attitude and behavior now, it's pretty clear what I need to do to fix things.
Oh, good. You've seen sense. So you're going to give me the land your dad passed down to you. I won't accept anything less than that. If I don't get the land, I won't accept the divorce. Maybe the three of us could live together if that happens.
You're right. I'll give you a gift to congratulate you on your new baby and get out of your lives.
Oh, really? I was kind of just saying that, to be honest. I didn't really mean it. Are you really going to give me your dad's land? This is an awesome windfall! Amazing! Hannah will be so excited. Well, I'm glad that you saw reason in the end. You should focus on yourself and your health, for the sake of the baby. Well then, shall we just call it quits here and move on with our separate lives?
Sure thing. Sounds good.
What brings you here, Polly? No way. Did David tell you?
I'm here to give you a present to congratulate you on your new baby.
A present? You wouldn't even say congratulations properly on the phone. What changed your mind? This is annoying. Why didn't you just tell me you were planning this? Then I wouldn't have gotten so mean.
I mean, David told me I had to give you something. He wouldn't agree to a divorce unless I did this. Are you sure you really want me to hand him over? I guess it never bothered you that we were married before, so even if we didn't get divorced, it wouldn't affect you.
Did you say David agreed to a divorce? No way! Was this your idea? You're really going to do it? I can't believe you've even seen sense and decided to get me a gift! You've really had a change of heart overnight, huh? Just give it to me, come on! What is it? Shoes? A new purse? Jewelry?
Here you go. Your gift.
What is this? An envelope? Oh, you must be giving me cash. I suppose I should still thank you. Wait, what is this? 200,000. What the hell? This statement says minus $200,000. What is this meant to mean? Why the hell would you give me this as a present? It's just a bit of paper.
No, that's a statement of the money that you owe me and will have to pay back in the future.
Why should I pay you anything? I don't have any debt. I don't owe you any money.
That's not your debt. It's your baby's father's debt. That's why I'm handing it to you, since you're taking him from me.
What do you mean? There has to be a mistake. This can't be right. You're lying to me, aren't you? This is a joke? Did you know I was planning on breaking up with him? I thought you had no idea. I never said a word about it.
If you don't want to believe me, then you don't have to, I guess. Clearly, David lied to you and said that he was some kind of rich, successful man. None of that is true, though. He's been cycling through jobs for years. He can't hold one down. I suppose you'll have even more expenses now that the baby is born. Clothes, diapers, toys. Man, it must get expensive. I guess this is the end of the honeymoon period and the start of your new life. Congratulations, Hannah. Well, anyway, thank you for taking that piece of trash off my hands. I hope the two of you are together for many, many years with your new baby.
Wait a second! Wait right there! Tell me you're lying. Come on! This is your dad, isn't it? Not David's. He told me he had a great job and owned a big chunk of land. He's rich. He would never be in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. No way!
Oh, his land? Did he tell you he owned a bunch of land then? That he had bought it himself? Because it's mine. My dad left it to me. I guess you must be pretty stupid to have believed that without any proof of anything. Perhaps that's why it's so easy to seduce a stupid young woman instead of becoming a better man for the wife you already have. Well, I'm relieved that you seem to like your present anyway. Anyway, I have to go now. I'm extremely busy getting ready for the divorce, finishing up all the paperwork and stuff. Congratulations again on your new baby! Enjoy life with your new husband. After that, I heard that Hannah and David got into a huge fight about all the lies he had been telling her. She gave the new baby back to him and told him she was ending things. So now he's a single dad, I suppose. His parents had to step in and help him take care of the baby. They could hardly refuse when he asked them to help with childcare after everything that happened. So now they're spending their twilight years on changing diapers and bottle feeding. In the end, his mom went on strike and said that she wouldn't help anymore, leaving David to raise the kid all on his own. He tried to bring his mistress's baby into my office and asked me to take care of it instead. He was on his knees, crying and begging me to take him back, saying he was wrong and he was sorry. I guess he only realized what he had done wrong when his life turned out to be a complete mess, and he claimed that he had learned his lesson. That was the moment when I handed over the papers about the lawsuit I was filing against him. I told him that if he turned up looking for me at my office again, I would report him to the police for stalking and harassment. Obviously, there is no reason for us to see each other outside of a courtroom from now on. After that, I filed another lawsuit against Hannah, too. I ended up winning everything I wanted, including alimony, and I was free. I've been keeping one eye on what the two of them have been doing since the divorce was finalized.
Man, it's been a while, huh?
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Obviously, I had to come and congratulate the mother of my child on her wedding day.
Are you crazy? What the hell were you thinking? Get out of here before anyone sees you and asks questions!
They already saw me, though.
What? Who did?
Your future mother and father-in-law, I think. I went over to introduce myself and show them some pictures of our son. That's all.
You're crazy! This is my wedding!
So what? I told you I'm here to say congratulations. Why would you get angry about that? I'm doing something nice. Still, you should be thanking me, really. I only showed them the photos where you look the best.
Oh my god. Is that really the problem right now? Are you here to try and win me back? What's your goal here? You want the three of us back together?
Do you think I'm insane? Why would I want to be with a woman like you? I'm bored of women anyway. After what you did to me, I'm over it. I'm living with my child and raising him on my own. That's why I'm here. You should be sending me child support money.
Oh, Jesus. You're like some kind of tragic beggar. You're ruining my wedding so that you can ask me for child support? For a kid that's not even mine?
My family fell apart after everything that happened. I can't just sit by and watch you get married and live a great life. You should give up on all of this, you know, getting married and turning your life around. Even if I'm not there, you'll always be damaged goods now that you've had a baby with someone else.
What are you talking about? That's a load of rubbish.
You asked me what I was doing here? I had to come and warn people about my ex-wife. Your new husband deserves to know who you really are. Even if he didn't call off the engagement in time, I hope this extra warning will make him see sense and leave you in the dust.
Do you really have nothing better to do than ruin my life?
Sure, I guess not. Anyway, in the future, you should do better than you did with me. Just live a quiet, happy life. Don't even think about dating some other guy when you're married.
God, why did I have to meet such a horrible man? I'm so unlucky. He was just meant to make me rich. What are you looking at? Is this really the first time you've seen a bride sitting on the floor with an open bottle of wine? Get out of here! Leave me alone! I got my family to kick David out. It really upset me that he came to my wedding, but nothing a little wine couldn't fix. I have to admit, the first few years were tough raising my son on my own. Luckily, I got a lot of support from my mom and my friends. Now I'm living with my new, wonderful husband, who has been a wonderful father to my son and a great man to me. I couldn't be happier. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!
Hi, Natasha. I just heard your mom told my mom. She said you're getting married. Is it true?
Hi, Sasha. I haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, it's true. It's obvious my mom can't keep her big mouth shut if your mom has already heard about it.
She's probably just really excited for you. That's why she wants to tell everyone. It's a good thing. I'm really happy for you. Congratulations, Natasha.
Thanks, Sasha. Don't worry, you'll be getting an invitation to her wedding as soon as we start sending them out. You'll be able to make it, right?
Of course I'll be there. We've known each other since we were kids. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'll be waiting for the invitation.
Well, once we figure out where and when the wedding will be, we'll start getting the invitations ready to send out. I guess I already know your answer, though.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know how great it'll be. We're gonna keep it pretty small. To tell you the truth, getting this wedding planned is a lot harder than I thought it would be. There's so many people we have to meet with and things to decide. I'm really busy with everything. It was nice to hear from you again. I'll talk to you later. wait, hold on a moment. Actually, there's something I want to discuss with you about your wedding. Do you have time to chat right now? It won't take much longer. About my wedding? Yeah, what is it? Do you have a request about where you want to sit at the reception or something? No, nothing like that, but I was just wondering if it's all right with you. Would it be okay if I made the wedding cake for you guys? Huh? I haven't told you this yet, but I've finally gotten my own bakery. That one I've been dreaming of opening for so long. It's just off Main Street on 3rd Avenue. It's not a big place, but it's nice. It's more of a cake shop than a full bakery. I do mostly cakes, cookies, and sweets, only a little bit of bread. You got your own shop? That's great. I know you've been dreaming about doing that for a while now. I mean, it's really not that great of a place. It's just a small little shop. It doesn't matter how big it is. It's your own cake shop. That's awesome. I know you studied baking and pastries and stuff at that culinary school a few years ago. I think it's great that you've opened up your own place. I'm so jealous. Now you've got your own business and you can be the boss. Thanks, I'm really excited about it. But I've only just opened it up. I don't have many customers coming in yet. And to tell the truth, I don't have much money left over for advertising. That's why I was kind of hoping I could make your cake for you, maybe get some word of mouth spreading and getting my name out there. It would mean a lot to me. Of course, I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm sorry for springing this on you all of a sudden. I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything. No, don't worry about it. If you're willing to make my wedding cake for me, that's great news. I'm really happy. It'll be one last thing I have to plan. If you want to do it, I'd love to take you up on your offer. Really? Of course. But let me just double check with my fiancé first. Is that okay? I'm sure he'll be fine with it, but I think I should run it by him before I make the decision. Yeah, no problem. See what he says. And don't worry about the price. You're a close friend, so I'll give you a huge discount. Really? That is, if you'll let me make it for you. If you do, I'll make sure it's a wedding cake that no one will ever forget. Let your fiancé know he can count on me to make it memorable. Okay, I'll talk to him and get back to you. Don't worry, I'll persuade him to let you make her cake, even if he doesn't want to at first. Hey, Todd. I need to talk to you about the wedding. Can we talk now?
Sure, what's up?
You know what? I found someone who really wants to make the cake for our wedding. She's an old friend of mine I went to school with up until we went off to different colleges. She's a baker now and she has her own bakery. Is it okay if we get her to make our wedding cake?
Sure, I didn't know one of your friends was a professional baker. That's really great.
Since we grew up together, she knows my family really well. I know her mom's really good at making cakes. I used to eat at her house a lot. So I'm sure baking is in her blood. I think that's why Sasha decided to become a baker.
That's cool. It sounds like she'll do a great job.
She said she just opened her bakery not that long ago. She said she wants to make her cake to help get her name out and to help drive up business. If she's relying that much on this job, I know she's going to do the best she possibly can. Plus, she said she'd give us a discount because we're friends.
Well, that sounds great. Maybe we'll have to stop by her bakery sometime and sample some of her stuff. How come you didn't tell me about her before?
Honestly, I didn't know. I knew she went to school to be a baker, but I only just found out she opened her own place.
Well, I think it's great if she's willing to do this for us. I just hope she doesn't feel like we're taking advantage of her by getting a discount on everything.
Don't worry about that. She's profiting from this deal too. She'll be able to tell everyone that she made her wedding cake. I haven't seen her bakery yet, but she says it's downtown, just off Main Street.
Wow, this all sounds too good to be true. And it knocks one thing off our list of things to do. Now that the cake's taken care of, we can focus on planning the other stuff.
Right?
Even if we don't get around to sampling her cakes, we should probably stop in sometime and thank her.
I don't know exactly where her shop is. I didn't get the address, but she said it's just off Main Street and 3rd Avenue. There are a lot of shops there, but it shouldn't be that hard to find. I'll have to get the address from her, or just ask around about where the new bakery opened up. I'm sure people will know. Come to think of it, I didn't even ask her the name of her bakery. I'll have to message her later.
Main and 3rd, huh? That's not too far from my office. I think I might actually know the place. Her bakery isn't called the Sweet Sash, is it?
I don't know. But her name is Sasha, and that sounds like a name she'd pick. Then the one I'm thinking of is probably hers. If it's that one, it's not that far from my office at all, and I've heard about it. One of the guys I work with told me about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy really loves sweets. He's the type of guy that'll buy a pack of fresh baked cookies and eat the whole thing himself at his desk. He goes around to different places and always posts what he's eating on social media. Sometimes he even does video blogs of himself eating. I don't quite understand the big deal, but he seems to enjoy it.
So even a guy like that knows about her place. That's awesome.
Yeah, but
But?
if it's the place he told me about, something strange is going on there.
What do you mean?
The bakery supposedly had its grand opening already, but that coworker said that the place always seems to be closed.
Huh. Are you sure you didn't just go before it was officially opened?
Well, the bakery has its own social media page, and it says it opened last month. But every time he tries to go there, he says the bakery's closed. One time there was a note on the door saying there was a problem with the oven, so it was closed for a few days. Another time he went and there was a note on the door again saying a family member was ill, so the owner was taking the day off. It seems like the place is never open.
That's crazy. It's probably just a coincidence. He just happened to go on days when there were problems. That's likely what happened, right?
It's a really small bakery, so the place is only scheduled to open like 3 days a week, which alone seems a little weird. But that coworker has gone there like 4 different times on days when it's supposed to be open, but it's always closed with a different note on the door with a different excuse. Sometimes the notes don't even have the correct date on them. Almost like the person put up the note intending to be away for 1 day, but then they ended up taking the whole week off.
Really?
I don't know what to tell you, but I know that guy is always angry when he wastes his time going there.
That is strange. But I guess since it just opened, she's probably really busy with other things. But Sasha didn't mention anything like that when I was talking with her.
If she's busy, it doesn't sound like it has anything to do with baking. Maybe it's something she doesn't want to tell people about. I mean, the place just opened. You'd think it'd, well, be open.
Yeah, you're right.
But if she's gonna give us a good deal on this, I guess I'll agree to go ahead with it. She's her friend, so if you trust her to do a good job, then I trust her too. But let's not make her do some enormous fancy cake that's too difficult for her or anything like that.
Okay, I'll tell her to keep it simple. It's a small reception, so we don't need a huge cake anyway. This is going to be really important for her since she just opened up her bakery. Anyway, I'll message her back and let her know what we want her to do. And I'll keep an eye on her and make sure things are going well.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Don't forget to thank her for me for doing this.
Oh my god, Natasha! What should I do? I just woke up. You're kidding. Do you have any idea what time it is? I think it's like 1 o'clock or something. Yeah, it is. I've been trying to call you all day. I know, my bad. I'll head over there as soon as I can. What? How long are you gonna be? You said you just woke up. Does this mean you finished the cake last night? What? About that, I know I promised to make that cake for you, but what? I didn't have a chance to make it. You didn't have a chance to make it. You've had months. I know. I really wanted to make it. I did. I got all the ingredients and stuff ready. I was just gonna get up at 3 a.m. today and start baking it for you so it'd be nice and fresh for this afternoon.
But?
Yeah, well, I stayed up late last night playing an online game and I fell asleep at my computer.
You knew my wedding was today and you stayed up late playing games last night?
So, I don't have a cake made for you. But I have the icing made and all the strawberries and toppings are here. I can bring all that. How does that sound?
What are you talking about?
That's not funny. We can't serve icing and strawberries to the guests. I figured as much. Okay, no problem. Since I don't have the cake made, I guess there's no point in me going today. You can take my name off the list for the dinner and reception.
What?
And I'll give you your wedding present the next time I see you. Don't worry, I didn't forget that. Enjoy your special day.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean you're not coming today?
I slept in and I don't have the cake for you. I let you down. I can't show up to your wedding after all that. I guess I'll just stay home today.
You're already on the list. The catering is paid for. You staying home now isn't going to help me in any way. And what am I supposed to do about the wedding cake you promised me? I've already paid you for it.
I'll give you your money back later. Don't worry about that.
What?
I guess it looks like you'll have to get married without a wedding cake. Maybe someone can pick up a few cakes from the grocery store bakery or something. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Everyone goes to a wedding to see the bride and groom. Nobody will care if there's a cake or not. It'll be the last thing on anyone's mind. Enjoy your day.
Sasha, honestly, you want me to pick up a cake from a grocery store that would only feed a few people? I thought you wanted to make the cake for me. You practically begged me to give you the chance to do it.
But I didn't make the cake, so what do you want me to do? I can't give you something I don't have. What do you want me to say?
I get the feeling you don't even care about what you did to me today. And you know what the worst part is, Sasha? You haven't once apologized to me about this yet.
What? We're friends. We've known each other since we were kids. I shouldn't need to apologize with words. You know I feel bad about this. Besides, it's not like I was charging you regular price anyway. What you gave me barely covered the cost of the ingredients.
I paid what you asked me to pay.
Well, you should know that you get what you pay for. At that price, you should have expected some hiccups.
Some hiccups. I didn't get anything. There was no product delivered at all.
I just opened my shop. You should know I'm too busy to handle a wedding right now. I'm tired from working all the time. That's why I couldn't get up on time today.
But you approached me about this job, and your bakery is only open 3 days a week. How can you be so busy and so tired? And like I said, you set the price, and I paid you in advance because I knew you'd just opened the bakery and were strapped for cash.
Stop bringing up the fact that you paid in advance. I told you I'd pay you back the next time I see you, so stop throwing that back in my face. There's no point in you getting angry with me. It's not going to magically turn back time and change the outcome. I can't give you a wedding cake today, and that's the bottom line.
I can't believe how you're acting. I thought we were friends. Do you have any idea what you've done to me? And yet you're treating me like I'm the bad guy here?
Well, you know what? I don't like the tone you're taking with me either. The bottom line is I'm not going today, and there's no wedding cake for your wedding. But try to enjoy your day.
It's already finished, don't worry.
Huh?
You don't have to tell me. I will enjoy my day. I'll tell everyone you canceled and you're not coming.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean it's already finished? Do you mean the wedding ceremony?
Are you telling me you didn't even read the invitation? You know it's after 1 o'clock already, don't you? It's not an afternoon wedding with a dinner and reception afterwards. We had the ceremony in the morning and everyone came back to my uncle's house for a huge lunch followed by the reception. We did it this way because my uncle has a beautiful house with a huge backyard overlooking the lake. So what I'm trying to say is the ceremony is over and lunch is being served now.
So I guess you won't have time to buy a cake then, huh? I guess you'll have to go without a cake. I'm really sorry about that.
What? We have a cake.
What? How did you find someone to make you a wedding cake on this short notice? Even if you called around this morning, that's not possible. What did you do? Run to the grocery store and buy every cake they had and stack them together to make it look like a big cake?
No, nobody's that stupid. I had someone prepare a wedding cake for me, just in case.
Who?
Your mom.
What?
Your mom's better at making cakes than any bakery I've ever been to. So I asked her a while ago if she'd try making a big one for me.
Huh? You asked my mom to make a cake for your wedding? Why? You knew I was doing it.
Because I knew I couldn't trust you with a job.
Why not?
You said you've opened up that new bakery of yours, but it hasn't actually been open for business a single day yet, has it? I've checked it on social media. Every single day you're supposed to open, you post a message with some strange reason as to why you can't open that day.
If you've been watching my posts on social media, then you know exactly why I haven't been working. There's been a lot going on in my life right now. It's just really bad timing, that's all.
Oh yeah? When I asked your family about it, everyone says the real reason is because you've overslept or you're too busy playing some stupid online game, isn't it?
They told you that?
I knew there was something wrong. And every time I asked you if you were okay and if you still want to do the job, you'd say you were fine and then try to end the conversation. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's why I figured it'd be faster to get a straight answer from your family. As soon as I found out you were staying home to sleep or play video games instead of working at your own bakery, I knew I couldn't count on you. So I asked your mom to prepare a cake for us, just in case. But I told you I'd make it. But you didn't. The one she put together wasn't quite as big as the one you said you'd make for me. So obviously, if you had shown up with your cake, we were going to use it as planned and just serve the other one as a regular dessert on the dessert table. But as I expected, you didn't make a cake, so we're using your mom's. It looks fabulous, and I'm sure it tastes just as good as it looks. The guests are going to get a smaller piece of wedding cake than I would have wanted to give them, but other than that, the reception will be just as we planned. So, I really don't care if you show up or not. In fact, I suggest you don't. I'd be happy if I never saw you again. Oh my god. I just checked my call history and there's a bunch of missed calls and text messages from my mom. I had my notifications turned off since yesterday. My phone was on silent. It looks like she's really pissed right now. I can tell you that for a fact. She's here at the wedding with us. She was upset that you weren't going to work at your bakery after she worked so hard to help you get it set up. And now that you wouldn't even bake the wedding cake you promised to your supposed friend, yeah, she's not happy with you. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? I don't care. I have other things to worry about. Lunch is served and the reception is gonna be starting after that. I don't even care if you pay me back for the cake you never made, because I'd prefer it if I never had to see your face again.
That cake yesterday was delicious, wasn't it? Hey honey, can you make cake like that? You've got to get the recipe from that woman and try.
Sasha's mom, yeah, she's already given me the recipe, but even with the recipe, I could never make it taste as good as she can. I just don't have the skill she has.
Okay. Well, anyway, can you do me a favor? Can you give that recipe to me so I can just give it to that guy at work? He heard about how great the wedding cake was and he wants to try it.
It's too bad there wasn't any left over, or I'd tell you to just bring him in a piece when you go back to work.
Even if there was any left, I don't think it'd last that long. I'd probably eat it before it ever made it into work.
Okay, let me ask Sasha's mom if it's okay to share the recipe. I don't know if it's a family secret or not. I think she'll let me, but I'd better check first.
Oh, and can you give her a message from that guy at work for me?
A message from your coworker to Sasha's mom.
Yeah, he said she needs to open up her bakery and start selling cakes like that. He said if that cake is as good as he heard, he'll be spending enough money at her bakery himself to make her rich.
He hasn't even tried it yet, but okay, I'll tell her that. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear it. Natasha, you've got to help me. I need some money. You've got to lend me at least a little.
What is it now?
If you don't, I'm going to lose my bakery. Please, I'm begging you. Help your old friend out?
What's going on? This is a little sudden, don't you think? And didn't I already tell you that I never want to see you again? That means we're not friends anymore.
Don't say that. We grew up together. I'm in trouble here. You can't just abandon me.
What exactly is going on? You can't just come begging for money like this without telling me exactly what's going on.
Well, the thing is, my mom gave me all the money I needed to get my bakery up and running. It's her name on the lease agreement for the spot, and she's the one who paid for all the equipment and stuff. It's all hers. And now she's telling me I have to pay it all back to her, every cent right now.
Oh, wow.
She said it was a mistake investing in me and my business, but I don't have the money to pay her back. I don't have any money at all. I'd have to sell off everything to do it. This is my dream business. I just got it, and now I might lose it.
Well, it's not like you've ever actually run the business. I mean, it hasn't been open for business one single day.
But I planned on it, I really did. It's not my fault the sequel to my favorite game came out around the same time as that massive update for that MMO I like. It all seemed to happen right when my business was supposed to open. It would just never stopped. Please, you gotta help me. If I can give my mom back all the money she lent me, she said I can keep my bakery.
How much did she lend you?
About $85,000.
What? You expect me to lend you that much? I just got married. I don't have that kind of money. And let's not forget that you promised to make my wedding cake and you canceled after the wedding.
I'm I'm really sorry about that. I'll make it up to you somehow. I swear, I'll do anything. I'll bake you free cakes for life if you want me to. Please, you've got to help me save my business. I don't think I really need $85,000 worth of cake. It was just an example. You've got to help me. I'm not helping you. I can't. Besides, I already heard the whole story. I know your mom's going to be taking over the bakery if you can't pay her the money. What? It's her name on the lease agreement. Her name's on everything, isn't it? Including the equipment sales receipts and everything else, right? How did you know that? It's true. I can't get a loan from the bank, so Mom paid for everything for me. Yeah, and now your mom wants to open up her own bakery. Who said that? She told me herself. Lots of people at my wedding were saying how great the cake was and wanted to know who made it. Up until now, she thought it was just her family and friends being nice when they complimented her on her baking. But at the wedding, she had people she'd never even met before telling her how great it was and asking her where her bakery was so they could buy more. They were surprised when she said she didn't have one. And there you are sitting with one of your own, not doing anything with it. Actually, it's not even a bakery of your own, is it? Your mom owns it all. That's why she figured she'd do something with it since you aren't. But I plan to! You've had the shop ready for how many months now and you haven't worked a single day. Let your mom have it. She technically owns it anyway. Don't say that! Why are you taking her side? Owning a bakery was my dream. I'm not going to give it up that easily. I heard from your mom why you wanted your own bakery so bad. Yeah, because it's my dream. No. She told me that after you finished culinary school, you got jobs in other bakeries in other towns, but you got fired from every single one of them because you couldn't get to work on time. You were either calling in sick or showing up late. That's why you wanted your own bakery, so you could make your own hours and show up whenever you wanted. That's the reason you decided to only open 3 days a week instead of 5 or 6. It wasn't because your shop was too small. It was because you're too lazy. And since you didn't have anyone to answer to when you didn't feel like going to work, you just never went to work. No, I was busy with other things. So much stuff was going on in my life. Yeah, I heard online games, new releases, and updates of old ones. That's all you were doing, sitting home playing games. Your mom tried to motivate you and get you to go to work, but she eventually just gave up. You took all that money from her and did nothing with it. She feels like you betrayed her. You betrayed her even worse than you betrayed me, huh? I didn't mean for things to get this bad. I'll try hard from now on, I swear. I'll set a strict schedule and I won't stay up playing games all night anymore. If you just give me some money so I can keep my bakery, I'll prove it to everyone. It's too late for that. Your mom's taking over the bakery and I think it's a good idea. You were given so many chances and you blew them all. Let your mom have this. She deserves it a lot more than you do. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my bakery. There's a bunch of people who can't wait for your mom to open up that bakery of hers. I know she's gonna make a killing as soon as she does. So just admit defeat and let your mom have the business. Sasha eventually admitted defeat and reluctantly handed her bakery over to her mom. Sasha was hired by her mom to help her out at the bakery. Of course, it was decided that if Sasha was ever late or missed a day, her pay would be severely docked. From what I hear, Sasha's working really hard and is actually showing up to work now. She's hardly ever been late or missed a day since her mom took over. I also hear that Sasha's mom's cakes are flying off the shelf and that she's been asked to do wedding cakes for a number of people already. My husband also told me that his co-workers often go there at lunchtime for fresh-baked cupcakes and cookies. The place is doing really well now that it's actually open. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Hello. My name is Megan and I got your number from your husband's phone. I figured it was time I sent you a notice about who I am and who I am to your husband, Charlie. Actually, he and I have been together for some time now. He was just too busy with me to tell you to leave. So, it would be great if you could be a dear and help us out here. It would be even more great if you could hurry up and step out of the picture. Okay, thanks.
Who is this? Megan who? I don't know a Megan. You must have the wrong number. But seeing as how you had to introduce yourself, the person you are trying to reach must be a stranger too. Who are you to send such vulgar messages to a complete stranger? Have you no respect?
Oh, honey, it's okay. I understand. You must be so devastated to be betrayed by your trusted husband like this. It's just the initial shock. It'll pass. But let me say it again so you can really process this. I am sleeping with Charles. We have been for months now. We just celebrated our 6-month anniversary the other night. I'm with him right now. He's napping next to me. Your marriage is over, girl.
What on earth? My husband. Charles is with you right now.
He sure is. You thought he was at work, didn't you? Every morning, you thought he was off to work, so you got up at the crack of dawn and prepared a hearty breakfast for him, didn't you? Ironed and starched his button-ups, picked out his ties and shoes, and personally handed him his briefcase at the door, didn't you? And after he left to go to work, you went right ahead to cleaning, dusting, washing, wiping, tidying up all day, every day. Even then, you couldn't have the love you thought you deserved as a wife. Oh, I know this must be devastating to hear. But sweetie, a true queen doesn't get treated as one by being so desperately dedicated. You poor thing. You've been discarded like an old dish rag.
What? Dish rag. Discarded. Who are you? You sound like a middle school bully talking to a classmate about stealing their favorite pen. You must have the wrong number. My husband is in no condition to get out of bed, let alone be disloyal. To me or to anyone. And even if he could, he wouldn't make himself available to a vulgar woman like yourself a mile away. Please check the number and leave me alone. You have mistaken me for someone else, clearly.
I don't think so, honey.
Oh, is this a new form of catfishing? Am I being catfished right now? Well, it's not gonna work on me. I'm not that gullible, young lady. I'm calling the police now.
Catfishing? You think I'm scamming you right now? Wow, Charles was right. You are terrible at reading the situation and thinking on your feet when you're put in a disadvantageous position. You're just rambling out lies, aren't you? And don't you, young lady, me. I get that seniority is all you have on me, but come on. Be a lady and keep our age difference out of it. Gross. If you must know, even just to see how young your husband likes them, I just turned 25 last week. I am old enough to be comfortable in my own skin, but still young enough where everything is still tight and perky. I'm also old enough to know this is what I want and that this is what he wants. So now that he's taking a nap beside me, I borrowed his phone to get your number.
My husband is really there. With you, right now.
Yes. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Do you think if you keep asking me, it won't be true anymore? Do you need proof? Do you want me to send you a selfie? I know you've already seen him naked, but he may have changed since the last time you saw him a decade ago. There's no need to be ugly like that. I'm above it if you are. I just want you to be a dear and volunteer to leave him. Don't make a big deal, you know? What good is it for you, or for any of us really, to hold on to a shell of a man? He doesn't love you anymore. He hasn't for a long, long time. Trust me.
That is very curious. If all you're saying is true, can I ask you a question? Why are you, an eligible woman in her prime in all her perkiness, wanting to be with my husband? You take one step out of your house and the world is full of great young men who are in your own age group. There are TV programs that bring together young men and women and make couples out of them. Why are you obsessing over my Charles, who, let's be honest, isn't young or extremely handsome? Not anymore, at least.
He's still pretty young. Don't you say that about Charlie. Just because you think I'm competition doesn't mean you have to bring him down with you. What is wrong with you? I never cared about how men looked anyway. I know about the $10 million he'll be inheriting from his father soon, and that makes him the sexiest man I know. You were threatened by me because you think you'll lose that money to me now. It's embarrassing, honey, because that money was never gonna be yours.
What inheritance?
What inheritance? Oh, yeah, right. Like hell you don't know. Charlie already told me you know. In fact, he told me everything. How his daddy is in the hospital fighting a losing battle with terminal cancer, and that he's leaving his entire net worth to his only son. He has maybe a month left to live if he's lucky. I mean, he's as good as gone, isn't he? Of course, you're gonna try to keep her place as Charlie's wife so you get to dip your finger in the honey pot. But no, that position is mine. Charlie is choosing me. Disappear quietly and I'll be sure to convince Charlie so you can have a fat severance check above market value.
I think I understand now, yes.
I knew you'd be interested once I mentioned the severance money. I like that. At least you're honest about your greed. Now that you've got your ears perked, there is one condition still.
You've already said more than one condition, but let's hear it. What is it?
When you leave Charlie, I need you to take his mom with you. Of course, you'll take your kids, but I need you to take his mom with you as well.
What?
His old mom. Once Charlie's daddy dies, I will bet you my life that she's gonna want to move in with him. I can't stand the thought of it, living with an old hag, fighting to be the alpha female of the house, competing for Charlie's attention like we're school children. Not to mention the old people smell. I hate old people, ugh. I hope to God I don't live to be that old, ew. So, I want you to volunteer to take her with you, okay?
The old hag.
Yeah. Oh, she sounds awful. So needy and naggy and high maintenance, gross. Who does she think she is, a princess? She's like 70. I heard you and her get along really well, like real mother and daughter. She even likes you more than her own son sometimes. Is that true? That is messed up. I can't deal with that kind of bull. Nuh-uh. She's all yours. Think of the severance payment also as compensation for looking after his mom. You won't get paid like that anywhere working as a hospice nurse. So this is a great offer for you. Everybody wins.
Do you think without the old hag's approval, there will even be an inheritance? Like you guessed, in the case of a living spouse, it all goes to the spouse first.
For real? Oh, I thought that might happen. Well, I'm not worried about it. I'm sure Charlie has a plan when it comes to that. He's always complaining about his mom being annoying anyway. He's probably thought of a way to trick her into giving up her share. Did you think just because you were a little chummy with your mother-in-law that you get special treatment? That's hopeful and sweet, but very naive. Blood is always gonna be thicker than water, no matter what people say.
That is never gonna happen, I assure you. I don't foresee myself signing any document or contract presented to me concerning my renouncement of any inheritance I'm rightfully due.
What? What are you talking about?
I am not Charlie's wife. I'm his mother.
What?
That's right. I am the, what was it you called me? Old hag. It looks like you've been referring to my son rather than my husband. Did I get that right, dear?
Excuse me? I found a contact in his phone that was named Nag Queen. He would always complain about his wife nagging him, so I thought, but you're his mom, not his wife?
Last I checked, yes. As embarrassing as it is to admit, I am Charles Jr.'s mother. And yes, I'm the one whose approval and renouncement you were conspiring to obtain through less than ethical means until moments ago. I must say, I'd been contemplating whether or not to officially include my daughter-in-law as a recipient of my husband's fortune after his passing. Mainly because I was uncertain as to how my idiot son would treat her once he's had a taste of the sudden wealth coming his way, and I wanted her to have a safety net. Huh, how silly of me. It was all for nothing. I knew I should have listened to my instincts. I am glad you mistook me for my son's wife today. Now I know what my decision needs to be. There shall be absolutely no inheritance for my son or any brainless bimbo he thinks his wife is worth trading for.
Brainless bimbo? How dare you? And what are you talking about? You can't do that to your own son. He's your flesh and blood. Just because I made a tiny, honest mistake, you can't write him off like that. I thought you were his wife. You are making a huge mistake here, Mrs. Parker. We will be talking to a lawyer and coming back to you with the full force of the law to claim what is ours. You will regret this.
As you please, dear. Throw all the tantrum you want. I'll be surprised if you manage to make back the money you'll spend on hiring a lawyer. Would you like to know how I know this? Because my husband's $10 million fortune is not his to give at all.
What? He has 3 vacation homes in the Bahamas, Greece, and Hawaii, and he is the founder of Parker Heights. Nice try, but that wasn't a very good lie.
He doesn't have a dime to his name because everything is under my name. My darling husband, Charles Sr., who's been the most devoted, loving man that ever was, bought and saved everything under my name. I never once thought of the money as mine because he is truly the mastermind behind his real estate empire. But now I'm glad that it is technically mine. I might have had a hard time convincing my husband to erase our son from his will, but since it's up to me and myself only, it should be a piece of cake. Charles Sr. never had any faith in insurance companies, you see, so you could say it was his way of securing my well-being in case something were to happen to him. I'm sure this comes to you as a foreign concept, how a man can love his wife with everything he has. My son surely has no such noble trait.
Charlie never told me that. He never mentioned anything about whose money it was. I bet it doesn't even matter. This is all hearsay and technicality.
It matters, sweetheart. In fact, it's the only thing that matters when it comes down to who gets to decide where the money goes. Were you so blinded by greed that you neglected to do any research on the subject? Do you think when the Queen of England died, her fortune would have gone to King Charles had her husband, Prince Philip, been still alive?
First of all, I don't even know what that means. And second of all, are you serious right now? Is this not some sick, desperate attempt to shoo me away? Mr. Parker really doesn't have anything for us?
Not a penny.
So then you would have to die for Charlie to get anything. And how many more years would we have to wait for that to happen then? You know, for the money to go to you and then for it to finally come to us?
What a question to ask me. You are quite something. Who knows, 30 years, 40, in this day and age where people live to be 100? Sure, I'm in my late 60s, but I'm as healthy as an ox. My own parents did not pass away until they were well into their 90s, so chances are I'll live to see the next century. Oh, please don't do anything stupid like waiting to 40 years for me to die. That would be most unwise. I will make it my life's mission to secure an ironclad will leaving everything to my daughter-in-law and her children. There won't be anything left for you to have waited for.
That's so heartless and so mean. How can you disregard your own son like that? Don't all mothers wish the best for their children? What kind of monster are you? How can you choose your daughter-in-law over your own baby boy?
Why, quite the contrary. I think this is one of the wisest decisions I've made in my relatively long life. Finally, I see things for how they are. You have knowingly broken up a marriage and stolen my grandchildren's father away from them. My son has abandoned his wife, children, and dying father to sleep around with a girl he clearly picked up at the gas station. Don't you worry about my making peace with my own decisions, and send me your address.
My address? Why?
I will be packing up my son's belongings and having them delivered over to your place. He is your problem now. I will make sure of it. Is that not what you wanted?
Why would he come here to me? Shouldn't the wife leave his house? Charlie said he and I would kick her out and move in. My apartment is only 800 square feet. We can't live here together. There's barely enough room here for my plants. Why would I stay with Charlie if there's no more inheritance or his big 4,000 square foot house? He's over 10 years older than me and barely makes $4,000 a month. We were counting on that inheritance. You can't pull the rug out from under us like this.
There never was a rug under you, Megan. That's where you're delusional. My precious gemstone of a daughter-in-law has had not one complaint about the $4,000 the whole 15 years of marriage, raising 3 beautiful children. It should be more than enough to feed 2 mouths if managed properly.
I don't want to have to manage money. I want to live without ever having to worry about it. $4,000 is gone like that if I buy 1 Chanel bag. I don't plan on living like every other middle-class housewife making grocery lists and clipping coupons. I wanted the $10 million and to live like a celebrity, with a cleaning lady and a whole closet dedicated to my future Chanel and Prada bags. Oh, what a waste of time this was. Oh. I'm out. I don't want your garbage son. I can't believe I spent 6 months of my life trying to get nowhere. I demand you pay me for the wasted time. Give me $50,000 and I will disappear forever. Yeah, $50K sounds reasonable, doesn't it? And I won't even say a word to Charlie's wife. That kind of money must be nothing to you. Come on, I gotta get something back. Do you know how many guys try to get my number on a daily basis? But I looked away for 6 whole months. Give me the $50,000 and everyone wins.
The answer is no, Megan. In fact, I'll make sure that my daughter-in-law will hear every word about this about you, and she will decide what she does with you. You are the one that may need to start paying her fines.
Fines? Me to her? What? Why would I get fined?
In our great state of North Carolina, dear, one can sue their spouse's adulterer and take them to court for ruining a marriage. Whether or not you had sex with a spouse matters only secondarily to have a case for what is called an alienation of affection. Looks like your stupidity got you into some serious trouble, doesn't it? Well, I better let you get to it. You have lots to do. Shortly afterwards, my idiot son was thrown out like an old dish rag himself and came crawling back to beg for forgiveness from me and his wife. It was not a pretty sight to behold, seeing my only son on his knees, but it was the least he could do to own up to what he'd done. I myself also asked my daughter-in-law for her forgiveness, for raising a man who turned out to be a terrible husband who broke her heart. I told her that she should decide how to proceed going forward and that I will 100% support whatever she decides. My daughter-in-law, who has a heart of gold, thought long and hard about this sudden onslaught of information and came to a conclusion that made me respect her even more. It was her judgment that keeping a bad husband around was exponentially better than having no father for her 3 children. Can you imagine that? A truly great mother who puts her children above all else, including her own pride and vengeance? However, upon my suggestion, Charles Jr. and his wife Anne both agreed for a brief separation, if only to allow Charles some time to self-reflect, and for Anne to spend quality time with her children in our vacation home in Hawaii. As soon as my husband finally lost his battle to cancer and moved on to be with God, I pulled some strings and sent Anne and her children on an all-expense-paid resort trip for 2 months. What good is a fortune if I don't spend it on my loved ones? I am beyond grateful to have such a beautiful person inside and out come into my life, and sincerely hope that my imbecile son has some capacity left in him to learn a thing or two by following her example. As for the homewrecker, Megan, I'm unsure what fate was waiting for her after her brief time with my son. I could hire a private investigator to find out, if only for my own peace of mind. But I have a feeling my daughter-in-law would rather forgive and forget than hold on to unresolved grudges. In an attempt to learn from her myself, I've chosen to follow in her footsteps. I thank God every day that my grandchildren will grow up to be great human beings, and I will help them get there every day, if only to redeem myself from failing with Charles Jr. All in all, this whole calamity has strengthened us Parkers as a family.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello, dear daughter-in-law. I just wanted to check in and see if you received all of the luggage I had sent over. You got it, right? It's all very expensive, very fragile, and very important to me. So please be careful with it and keep it safe for me, okay?
Excuse me? Who is this?
I'm sorry, but I think you have the wrong number. My mother-in-law passed away 2 months ago, so I don't know why there is some woman here calling me her daughter-in-law. As far as I am concerned, I don't even have a mother-in-law on this earth anymore. Oh my god, wait! Are you my mother-in-law's spirit? Are you speaking down to me from heaven right now? Did you see? I've been going to church every Sunday since you passed away and praying that you'd make it up to heaven. All of that praying paid off, right? You're doing well? No more pain? Thank you, Margaret. I was really so worried about your spirit for the past 2 months. I'm so happy you seem to be doing just fine. What the hell? Are you mental or something? What a nut job. No matter how much you hate me and love that old bag of bones, you're speaking way out of line and just making yourself look ridiculous right now. Did you lose all your marbles or something when Margaret kicked the can? Did you catch dementia from her? What? No, Ashley. For your information, dementia cannot be contracted. What an airhead. And I can't afford to lose my marbles because I am a grown, responsible adult in charge of raising my 2 children with my loving husband. And I'll have you know, my husband loves me more than for just my pretty face and body. Unlike some other women whom we all know don't have any charms other than their plastic faces and bodies to fall in love with. Then why are you acting all delusional thinking I'm some old hag's ghost when you know darn well who I am? It's time to face the facts, sweetie. The old lady is dead and I'm your new mother-in-law now. But we can keep things casual. You don't have to call me Mrs. Peterson or Mom or anything. Ugh, that would only make me cringe. Just keep calling me Ashley. I just finished reporting our marriage, by the way, so it's official now, too. You may think you can ignore me or push me around because you're older than me, but don't even think about it. A mother-in-law is a mother-in-law, so I expect you to suck up to me and treat me well, just as a daughter-in-law should. And just like you probably did to Margaret, no doubt. Got it? Yeah. I heard about it being official. My father-in-law told me himself. Congratulations on becoming some old man's tramp. Aren't you proud of your accomplishment? What's next for you? A correctional surgery for your botched boob job? To be honest, I was quite upset when I found out about my father-in-law getting remarried only 2 weeks after Margaret passed away. It seemed very wrong to do towards Margaret, as if he was just tossing her away and moving on to the next. But after thinking about it some more, it's his life to live and we all have different wants and needs. I guess a guy can get lonely and need a lady's attention even at his age. So I decided to get over the fact that he moved on to marry someone new. I just wasn't expecting that someone new to be a filthy, gold-digging child like you, but to each their own. Anyway, it may be a bit awkward for your daughter-in-law to be older than you, but I guess you'll adapt. Fine then. You know what? How about you start calling me mother-in-law after all? How's that? You better forget my age and treat me as a good daughter-in-law should from now on. I don't care if you are an old 35-year-old maid. You better start showing me some respect. I have the authority to ban you from the family now. I bet you haven't thought about that little detail. Oh my. Please forgive me, Your Highness. It's okay. I'll let this all slide this time, but I can't guarantee you'll be so lucky from now on if you continue to act up. Anyway, I'll give you 1 week to clear everything out of the old woman's room. I expect you to replace everything in there, including the wallpaper and flooring. And you better not leave any of her old, rotting antique furniture in there. There better be absolutely no trace of lingering old lady smell. Spray everything down with a sanitizer. The ceiling, walls, floor, everything. Or maybe straight Clorox bleach would be more effective. Wow. Margaret's children and I all spent the last 2 months cleaning and taking out her things and deciding what to do with all of her precious things according to her will. I can assure you that all of her belongings, including her furniture, are no longer there. Your Majesty. Also, I am confident that there will be no stench other than your own in there when you move all your crap in. But what about the wallpaper, the ceiling, and the floors? Did you properly sanitize all of them? A Assuming her age, she probably had some god-awful ugly wallpaper in there. Did you take that down? Ugh, how can I trust that you've actually done any of what you say you did? If these things aren't done correctly, that old hag spirit is going to come back and haunt me in that room. Ah, you know what? I saw there's some old family-owned oriental fortune-telling place near the house. Be a dear and go there for me, will you? Go and see if you can get some kind of talisman or something to ward off angsty spirits. Okay? Have you seen? There are so many stories about angry dead wife spirits coming back and haunting the new wives on YouTube lately. And they're for real. No joke. That's why you better do all of these things properly. If you don't, and that old witch comes back and haunts me to death, I'll come back and haunt you double. So you better do as I say.
Are you serious? Go and do it yourself. There's no way in hell I'm ever going to a phony shop like that. It's all such a scam. And you're saying that you actually believe all that crap you're seeing on YouTube? You really are just a little brat, aren't you? What are you, 10?
Oh my god, you're such a witch. Fine, I'll do it myself. I couldn't trust a clumsy and forgetful old maid like you to do it all properly anyway. And I told you, stop insulting me and yelling at me. I'm your mother-in-law. And by the way, aren't you calling the kettle a bit black about this whole age thing? You yourself somehow married an older man. Your husband is 50 years old, is he not? That's 15 years older than you. Correct me if I am wrong, but there are plenty of women who would treat you the same unjust way that you're treating me right now. Oh, and you're also your husband's second wife. Ha! You're such a ridiculous hypocrite. I'm surprised that you don't have some old spirit following you around too.
Before you go off on some crazy case, Ashley, I suggest that you get your facts straight from now on. I guess no one ever told you, but for your information, my situation is completely different from yours. My husband divorced his first wife a whole 7 years before we even met and started dating. And why did he divorce her? Because he found out that his first wife was cheating with his best friend. Don't you dare try to say that we are anything like each other, you gold-digging tramp.
Well, I am still entitled to see things how I want to see them. However, you are not entitled to continue insulting me like this. I already warned you, and this is the last time. I won't warn you again. And for the record, I am not a gold digger. Sure, I know he and his wife had a fortune together and most of it is his, but contrary to popular belief, that isn't why I married him. I don't care if he's rich or poor.
Ha! Oh, really? That's not what I and a few other family members heard you say to your buddies at your wedding.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop making crap up. I love Richard for his aged charms and loving personality. I even love the way he falls asleep 2 minutes into every movie and snores. Why does everyone think age matters so much in love? It doesn't. Why do you people see it as such a crime for us to love each other? Well, it's not. We've done nothing wrong.
Hey, I totally agree that truly loving someone for who they are is no crime. But infidelity in loving them for what they are is. We all know that you and my father-in-law were dating even before Margaret passed away. He and your father were best friends ever since they were kids. So you found out through your father about Margaret's cancer diagnosis and, like the gold digger you are, you went right to work seducing him while his poor wife was lying in a hospice. In my opinion, it'd serve you right if she came back to visit every once in a while and haunted the crud out of you. Oh my, that's right. My blunt way of saying it like it is quite shocking for you, isn't it, Your Highness? I'll stop for now. I don't want you to have a stroke or something.
I told you! You better cut the crap and stop insulting me. Sheesh. It's obvious your own parents didn't raise you right. Apparently, they taught you nothing about acting as a dignified, respectful daughter-in-law. And you yourself are just a parasite mooching off of your father-in-law while you live in his house with your deadbeat husband and 2 snotty brats. Do you have the nerve to keep calling me the gold digger now?
I have never once done what you're insinuating. My husband and I are not living in Richard's house. For the past year, yes, we had been there quite often and even stayed overnight with our twins. But do you even know why?
It was because I took leave from my hard-earned job and even risked losing it to help Richard care for Margaret. My husband only hung around there with the kids in between working, so that we could still all see each other now and then. You really had no idea, did you? Thanks to me and my husband, Margaret was able to have hospice care at home and also pass away there as she wished. Unfortunately, our income really took a hit due to my sacrifice and we started to be late on our mortgage payments. My father-in-law felt bad and was generous enough to let us stay and use the entire second floor. Luckily, I was able to get my job back and started working again last month. So we are not planning to live there forever. We're planning on moving out by the beginning of next year. Oh, wait, that's right. Oops. You probably have no idea what a mortgage is, do you? I never even had a real job. Anyway, once again, get your facts straight before you start whining and try to school anyone, little girl.
Huh! There you go again. You continue daring to insult me. I guess I was wrong about you. I underestimated your stupidity. And here I also thought you were just some dumb, gentle, yes ma'am sheep after you so quietly accepted my and Richard's marriage. Now that the wool over my eyes has been ripped off, I see you're nothing but a backstabbing wench. You've been just smiling and sharpening your knife this whole time. Well, I can take a swing too. You ready? Get out. Get out of my house this instant. Actually, since the house is such a palace, I was going to see if you wanted a part-time job there as a maid. But that wouldn't even suit you anyway. I see now. I have been way too complacent with you. You better have all of your trash, including your husband and snotball brats, out of my house by tomorrow. And never step foot in that house ever again. Or else.
Now how the heck are we gonna find a new place and move everything out by tomorrow? You really are quite an ignorant airhead, aren't you?
Fine. Then I'll give you 1 week out of courtesy. And no more. If you haven't moved out by then, I'll get a dumpster and throw all of your useless junk out myself.
Oh, how gracious of you. Fine, Your Highness.
Oh, wow! Jackpot! I'll make good use of the stuff in the box that was left on the front porch. Thank you! Up until now, you were good for nothing. But you left and here I have such a great parting gift.
What the hell are you hallucinating about now? I never left any box on the front porch.
Oh no, silly. I know it wasn't you who left it. Someone else did. It looks like you shot yourself in the foot again. I figured I should stop by unannounced to see if you kept your word about scramming by today. So I was there earlier and found a box was left by someone in the corner of the porch. Although it's just your average ordinary box, it happened to catch my eye. Like there literally was a halo around it. So I opened it up to what was inside, and what do you know? It was a ton of cash. I've never seen so much green in my life. It must be over $100,000. So, finders keepers, right? I found it first, so it's mine. Huh? I bet you and your lousy husband barely make a living with those low-level jobs you both have. There's no way you two earn nearly this much money in all your years slaving away for the boss man combined. Anyway, finders keepers doesn't even have a part in this. It's obviously your father-in-law's money. So that means it's automatically mine too.
Yeah, you're right. Both my husband and I have never earned or received that kind of money before. I had no idea that box was there. I don't think we should assume right away that it's even Richard's. We don't know whose money it is or even where in the world it came from. It could be dirty money linked to a crime or something for all we know. Ashley, I'm serious. I think you should leave it where you found it for now. Let's check in with Richard and see if he was expecting it. This is very strange.
It's too late. I already booked a whole vacation to Europe. I'm at the airport right now. With this money, I'll fly around Europe and buy all the designer bags and things I always dreamed of buying. This is so amazing. I feel like I've been reborn. I grew up practically eating scraps and almost living in a cardboard box on the street. Finally, it's like Lady Luck has found me. What's the use of caring about age in marriage? When it comes down to it, money is the most important. And if I hold out for another 10 or 20 years with that old geezer, I'll get the entire estate. All of his money and assets. I still can't believe it. Dang, I'm good.
Don't you dare get on that plane, Ashley. Bring that money back right now. All of it. How are you going to handle going to jail if it turns out that money belongs to someone else and you're booked as a thief? Are you going to show off all that designer crap to your fellow inmates?
Oh, shut the heck up, Jenny. You're just freaking out like this because you know for a fact that you screwed up and that this is all mine. Do you think you can fool me and steal it away? Fat chance. Oh, daughter-in-law, it's me, your dear mother-in-law. I just got back from my dreamlike trip around Europe. While staying at the most luxurious 5-star hotels and eating the fanciest and most delicious food I've ever eaten. I bought all of the most beautiful and expensive high-end luxury items. It was the best week of my entire life so far. How did the move to your new house turn out? Oh, by the way, I haven't heard from the old man in a few days. I guess he's a bit upset that I went ahead on a trip without him. But I figured he'd be too old and slow to keep up with me. It's not like he'd have the strength to hold all of my bags either. He would have just dragged me down the entire time like such a killjoy, you know? Anyway, I guess he's still sulking.
Oh, welcome back, Ashley. Actually, your husband is at the police station right now being investigated. And they're saying you're next. So you better get down here fast. I bet the prompter you are, the less harsh they'll be towards you during the interview. Oh, actually, you can just hang out at the airport until they get there. They're on their way now.
Huh? Who do you think you are trying to put one over on me like this? Have you already forgotten who I am? Did you actually turn me in because I didn't give you any? You'll be sorry when the money turns out to be rightfully mine. There is definitely no way in heck I'll ever give you anything. I for sure won't ever give you any of the estate when the old man croaks either.
That's totally all right with me, Ashley. I never once thought of you as actually being my mother-in-law. So why would I ever expect anything from you? And heads up, for future reference, don't expect anything from me either. But actually, I tried to help you. Remember, Ashley, I told you that you should leave the money where you found it until we know for sure whose it is and where it came from. So you can't blame me for this at all.
Are you really still in denial and thinking this money isn't mine? It was left at Richard's house, so it's obviously Richard's money, which also makes it legally mine. Why should the two of us be getting investigated by the friggin' police? This is so ridiculous.
My father-in-law was so obsessed with keeping you by his side, he went and accidentally signed up for an illegal part-time job to make sure that he could keep bringing in more and more money for you. The poor man knew as well as the rest of us that you were more in love with money than with him. He thought it was just a simple delivery job for a flower and gift company. But when he got the first package, he was shocked by how much it weighed. So he put the box down and checked inside. He freaked out when he saw the money. So he put it in the corner of the porch and ran to CVS to get a pack of cigarettes to calm his mind. It turns out he accidentally signed up to help transport currency involved in a voice phishing scam. If he had just taken the money straight to the police at that time and explained that he had misunderstood and was set up, everything probably would have been fine. After coming back to the porch and seeing the box gone, he completely lost his mind and didn't eat or drink for days. Finally, he told my husband and I what happened. My husband was smart enough to realize that it's better to turn yourself in rather than get caught first. So, that's why we're here at the police station with him now. And there's a blue light caravan coming for you. Luckily, the police are being very understanding and not giving him a hard time. I can't say they won't do the same for you, though.
Wait, what? Are you serious? But I didn't do anything wrong. I honestly thought that the money was mine. Ugh, that brain-dead old fart. What an idiot. I can't believe he's gotten me into trouble like this.
Do you actually think that you did nothing wrong? Even though he turned himself in, my father-in-law is still technically an accomplice in a voice phishing crime. They're saying he must return all of the $200,000 right now. If he doesn't return it, I can't imagine what will happen. So you better hurry up and return it.
Oh my god. But I can't return it. I already used most of it in Europe. I only have like 2,000 bucks left. How the heck am I going to be able to return it?
Oh my gosh. You actually spent all that money in only a week? Wait, why am I even surprised?
Duh! It doesn't take much to spend that much money when you're vacationing in Europe. Anyway, I've only got 2,000, so you'll have to pay back the rest. It's the old man's fault, so his son should take care of it. Not me. Why did he go and try to get some stupid part-time job anyway? He told me he's loaded. He said he has like 3 mansions. So why was he so nervous that he'd run out of money and lose me?
It turns out that Margaret was well aware of her husband's gambling problem and soft spot for young, stupid bimbos. So knowing this, my real one and only mother-in-law signed off most of her assets and properties to my husband and I, and the rest went to his siblings. So my father-in-law is only getting a $2,500 monthly allowance from her will, and it's been getting easily spent on you, of course. So he figured to hold on to you, he had to find a way to make more money.
What? I can't believe that old dirtbag scammed me! He told me he was loaded. You're telling me she gave all of her assets to her children and a measly monthly allowance to her husband? That makes absolutely no sense! This is crazy. Was the woman even of sound mind when she wrote her will? It sounds like she already had dementia at the time. Huh. $2,500 per month. Do you think I'll put up with marrying and living with a man 35 years older than me to receive $2,500 per month?
Hey now, don't get all mad at me. I'm not the guy who asked you to marry him. Anyway, what are you going to do about this? Where do you plan on getting the money?
Go and sell one of the old hag's houses. You better do it right now. As your mother-in-law, I am ordering you to do so.
I was already in the process of selling all of her houses. I couldn't stand letting trash like you live in any of Margaret's homes. The poor woman would never be able to rest in peace. She'd be forever turning in her grave. Oh, and stop the friggin' mother-in-law act, okay? It was funny and amusing to watch at first, but now it just looks stupid. It's not like I would ever acknowledge you as my mother-in-law anyway. And now that you know the truth about your pathetic financial situation, whether you want to actually be a wife and take care of your husband or divorce him is up to you. I have never expected anything from you anyway, so do whatever you want. Don't feel pressured or anything.
Wait. Please, you have to help me. I don't want to go sit in jail. You're really going to help me pay back the money, right? If you help me just this one time, I promise I'll stay with Richard and take care of him until the day he dies. Being a daughter-in-law is such a burden, right? Let me help you take care of Richard.
Well, to be honest, Ashley, I wasn't planning on ever taking care of that man anymore. After finding out what he did to such a good-hearted woman like Margaret, I didn't want to. And knowing that she still stayed with him after she knew what kind of man he was... I want nothing to do with Richard anymore either. His own son is done with him too. When all this police business is over, he'll be moving into a nursing home. So we won't be needing your help anyway. Hey, don't be so sad. At least you'll be getting served 3 meals a day. Oh, but nothing in this world is free, so... Be careful in there, pretty girl. You stay right where you are and don't even think about leaving the airport. Got it? You know if you run from the cops, your sentence will only be longer. Frightened from the thought of becoming a fugitive on the run, Ashley stayed at the airport until the cops came for her just as I had informed her to. From there, they took her straight to the police station where she was investigated quite thoroughly. She told the cops that she took the money thinking it was rightfully hers through marriage and that she had no idea that it was involved in voice phishing. My father-in-law was unable to escape being charged as an accomplice in the crime and was eventually criminally punished. Of course, my former so-called mother-in-law also could not avoid justice and was given criminal charges. And so, at the age of 65, only 2 months after his first wife died, my father-in-law got remarried to a young tramp, became involved in a voice phishing scam, and completely ruined his life, financial status, and reputation. It's a sad and pitiful story, but hey, he had it coming to him, right? Oh, and I guess she did too. My mother-in-law must be having a ball up there. Thanks so much for listening to the story. If you enjoyed all the drama, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. See you in the next video!